Welcome, my good friends, to my world of programming. My name is Tumitladi, and today I'm excited to talk about a brand new topic. It's in fact going to be a series. So, before we jump into what's on agenda today, let's talk about this YouTube channel that I would like to recommend to you. I know you will find it very helpful, right? And this one, it's where I upload all the videos that are short, simple, straight to the point, covering that specific topic. This is a way for me to say, listen, if you want to learn programming in C# using .NET, right? I'm your guy. I have these tutoring sessions that take place. We'll talk more about that, right, towards the end. So now, on the agenda, we're going to talk about something completely different. The focus is going to be on ASP.NET Core MVC, right? I've made lots of videos regarding this project type, right? So we're going to focus on part 1, scaffolding identity. Now, this is very interesting. So let me take you back to the browser. So this is my web application. It's a type of MVC, right? Like I said, I've made quite a lot of videos talking about this guy. So now I want to introduce you to scaffolding identity. What does it mean? If you look at this web application, it has identity already attached to it. How do you know that and how do you see that? Because there are register and login pages. That means there's something about identity of the user interacting with this web application. That's what it's all about. So whenever you see a register page or a login page, a forgot password page, something of that sort, something of that nature, just know that it's part of identity system. Meaning that they want you to register, they want you to create an account, and they want you to remember your account in order for you to log in and interact further with the system. So that's what this is all about. So what is the introduction? So according to Visual Studio, I have a project here selected. Now, you need to make sure that when you create a project, I would like to show that towards the end. How do you get started with that? So you will find a folder called areas. That's where it lives, right? So firstly, what is that? I pulled up the docs for Microsoft ASP.NET Core, right? Where they talk about the scaffolding identity. It's part of authentication for security. So ASP.NET Core provides ASP.NET Core Identity as a Razor class library. We call that RCL. Applications that include identity can apply the scaffolder to selectively add the source code contained in the identity class Razor class library, right? You might want to generate the source code so you can modify. That's the most important thing. Modify the code and change the behavior. Do you understand? For example, you could instruct the scaffolder to generate the code used in registration. There we go, right? And then this is very important. Generated code takes a precedence over the same code in the identity RCL, right? So now here's the thing. When you bring in the project, like I said, I'll love to show that towards the end. But first, I want to talk about how you end up having that. So when you override the RCL to bring it because you want to be in control, to say, listen, I want to modify the behavior of register page, the login page, and so forth. So you find a folder called areas. Do not be frightened by it. Underneath, you find a folder called identity. Do not be frightened by it. And then you find a folder called pages underneath. And now there is what we call account. All of this is going to be generated for you. So I want to start with, let's start with the view imports, right? This one is just a way where you say, listen, I'm going to make use of identity. I'm going to make use of these. But the most important one, I'm going to make use of add tech helper. You can do research what it's all about, but do not remove this file. And then there's a view start, right? When it starts, any of the generated pages as part of scaffolded identity, they're going to make use of the layout. I did make a video about the layout. So that is found under the views. You go to shared folder and then you find underscore layout. So this guy, it's a container. Like this is my header, this is my body, and this is my footer. So the only thing that changes is what? The body. For example, if I click register now, the only thing that's going to change is going to be this middle part, the body, but it's going to keep what? The navigation bar. It's going to keep what? The footer. So is the login. The only thing that changes is the body. So what we are saying is each and every page that is part of scaffolded identity is going to make use of our layout, right? And therefore you have a validation script partial. Now this is very important. This has to do with the validation. If you want to submit this without entering some data, it's going to trigger validation. It's part of validations built into each and every page that's making use of a scaffolding identity, right? And then inside account, then you have two types. You have the account and manage. So I want to talk about let's see, the view import. We still have another view import. We still have the status message, although I'm not using status message. Yeah, no, I do not, because I've overridden it, but it's fine. So but I'm not going to use it, but it's there for you, right? So let me close all this. In the first part of the video, I'm gonna do register, like what goes into register page. But one of the pages that I want to do, I want to say, let's see which one is simple with the time that we have. No, it's fine, we'll do that in the next video. So you have them, right? When I created, remember my system, it's also on GitHub. That means it's tracked by a powerful system called the version control system or source control system. And therefore I want to take you back to this project MVC. We're going to look at a folder called areas, pages, identity and pages, right? And you see these are the guys, and you can see when I modified something, right? So what I did when I said I cleaned the login page, in fact it's an action for me to remove what this project doesn't need and only leave what this project needs. For example, I need the users to register, I need the users to log in, I need the users to say I have forgotten my password. But trust me, you can also add other external login providers, such as do you want the users to log in with their Gmail account? Do you want the users to log in with their Facebook account? Do you further want the users to log in with their GitHub account? Now they have added support for Apple account. Trust me. For example, if I go to one of the sites I know, at this.com, I just want to make a quick example, right? When I talk about additional external accounts, for example, we need to go to did they change this? How do we create an account here? I'm using this service, but I haven't been using it for a while. Okay, it's fine. What can we use that needs us to log in with a different account? What can, but I do have the dashboard for edit this 500 server error. I think they've taken it down. I'm not sure what's happening. Oh, for example, Sentry. Let me make an example of Sentry. I hope I'm not logged in. There we go. This is what I'm trying to say. You will have a user to sign in, or you can say sign in with the Google, or sign with the GitHub, or sign with Azure DevOps. So that's external login providers that you can also integrate in your application if that's a requirement. So, but what I did is I removed the things that I did not need, and I only left the things that I need. Does it make sense? Like I said, I can teach you all of this. This is just an introduction. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break it, each and every page that's part of RCL, into detail. Like you're going to see the UI and the code behind, for you to understand that as a developer in a web application using .NET and C#, it's easy for you to get started. And I can teach you all of that for 25 Rand per session on weekdays from Monday to Friday, any time of that day, right? And then we meet on Microsoft Teams. If you or you know someone who might be interested, please holler at me, right? Thank you.